Hey, this is Rosa Rubio Giota from RCG Creations. How are you? Today I'm going to be bringing you a method I saw on YouTube, and I wish I had written down the woman's name. I don't have it. I tried to research it and find out who she was, and I haven't been able to find it. But I did find two other, well, actually more than two other people on YouTube who have the same recipe. And as soon as I find out who they are, I will link it in the items below. Their name, because I want to give them kudos for giving me the inspiration to do this. But what we're going to be making today is stamp cleaner. I keep mine because I travel to crop three to five crops a month, so I travel a lot, and of course because of your traveling you want to make things compact. I had this recollection stamp cleaner that I got from Michael's, oh good 10-15 years ago. So I mean this little bottle lasts a long time. Anyway, but I saved the bottle because I knew I wanted to refill it and make my own. And then I put it in one of these little bottles. I bought these years ago when I used to make my own alcohol inks out of Sharpie markers, my variety ones, and I still make those. But you have to buy them at Amazon in a bundle. I think I got like 50 or 100 of them. But anyway, so I keep this on my desk, and then let me just show you. This is just a regular bottle. And it comes with a little squirter, which I like that because I could squirt a little bit right on the head, especially if it's a really dirty stamp. And sometimes if you buy recycled or slightly used stamps, they're really dirty, so it's nice to put a little bit on there and let it soak for just a few seconds before you wipe it with a wipey or a towel. Or I use my those little chamois towels. What do you call them? Let me find one. Microfiber, here we go, got it. Those microfiber towels, and I use that for my stamps. But I keep this bottle right here on my little Rolodex that I have here, my little spinner with my Stampin' Up ink pads. And I also keep a bottle of the, let me just show you here, what a lot of people use to clean your like your glass media mats, your craft mats, like this mat that I have down here, or any little spills, is a wipey. That's one way to do it. It's a quick, fast way, but it doesn't take everything. You can use a stamp cleaner like this. This is just good for like rubber stamps or those clear stamps. Now, if you're using like Staz-On, that's a different chemical because it's a different type of ink. Then you need a Staz-On cleaner. This one I got from Stampin' Up, and I always put little notes on all my stuff just to remind me of things with a Sharpie. And on here I wrote on there, do not use on clear stamps, only use on red rubber only, because this Staz-On cleaner, from what I've been told, and I've seen a bunch of different videos on it, is this will deteriorate your clear stamps, which means they're going to disintegrate and you're going to lose your stamp. So don't put that. So that's my little friendly reminder for me to, when I use this, to make sure I never use Staz-On with the clear stamp. I mean, I can use the Staz-On with a clear stamp, I just can't clean with this. So I'll just have to remind myself. That's my reminder, because I keep that with my Staz-On when I'm using it. So when I'm cleaning it, I know right away, as soon as I'm done stamping, go ahead and get my wipey, wipe it off as much as possible. Get my microfiber towel, put a little bit more of the stamp cleaner on there, and wipe it off as much as possible. And if you need to, go to the sink, and with a little bit of Dawn or hand soap, whatever you have, scrub a little bit on there, and then use your fingers and just rub it off and get as much as the ink. It's always going to have a stain, because that's what ink does, is it stains your rubber or your cling stamps, but at least majority of the ink will come off. And a good way to do that is, when you do that, is when you stamp, always offset the stamp onto a scrap piece of paper, so that way you get as much ink off the stamp itself before you clean it. Now, another thing what a lot of people do is, and I know Tim Holtz is famous for this, is he uses just regular antibacterial hand soap. And I keep a little bottle, and this is a scented one that I had, but I like it because it smells good. And it's red. And I just keep that also in my stamp cleaner, so this way That's really good for putting on like your glass mats, and it helps, or like your stamping pad platforms. and it helps clean the ink and all that off of those items. Now this is called a mini mister. This is from Ranger, and you can get different kinds, because I know Darcy also has an ultra fine mister, and I like this. It's a little bit longer. They come in a package of 4. I know all the local box stores sell them, and a lot of resellers sell them. You can get them on Amazon too. And it's just a mister, but I like it because they have the little top. And then I actually put my stamp cleaner on here, and then I put a little Sharpie in there. And because this is compact and small, and it's leak proof, I keep this inside my little Stamparatus case with my Stamparatus and my stamp tool. So that way my cleaner is always with my stamp pad, and my scrub cleaner, my scrubber, is always with my stamp pad. And I'll show you. This is the Stamparatus case. Got it. You can only get it from a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which I'm not. And here's the stamping tool. And I gotta find where I put my little, oh, here it is right here. I keep it all together. Let me move this out of the way. So I keep it all together, and that's what I like about it. I have extra stencils and some stamps. See, here's some stamps right here. Let me put these out because I'm going to use one to show you when I make the cleaner. I got an extra foam pad just to have, just in case. And then this is a little magnetic sheet that I use to keep my dies together with my stamps, especially if they're in a set. It's got room for extra pockets. And you see here's an extra bottle of the little Tallwood mister. And then I just used a Sharpie, and I put on there stamp cleaner. And then, so I always just spray it. And here's my scrubbing tool. And this is from Stampin' Up! Because this is a good 25 years old that I got. And it's a stamp scrubber. There's got little marks here. One that's little raindrops. And then here is the little sun. So you put your spray your cleaner, or drop it on there however you have it. But because I like to use these misters, so they all spray. I spray it on there, get my ink pad. I usually use it on acrylic block, and because it just helps move and clean the little grooves and the dirt inside all the lettering or the image. Clean it on there, and then once it's dry, move it over here, and that dries it all off, and then that cleans out your stamp. But what we're doing today is making our stamp cleaner. So got yourself an old bowl. What we're going to do in the recipe, and I will put the recipe directions in the descriptions also down below, is we're going to add 1 cup of distilled, and it has to be distilled water. I don't know, I watched like 5 or 6 different videos, and every one of them said distilled water, not local tap water, not pure drinking water, not pure water. They all said distilled water. I don't necessarily know what the difference of why the distilled water. And I've made some comments, but no one's gotten back to me yet of why does it have to be distilled water. So I really don't know. So I can't answer that question for you. Let me just get my little wipey here, because I made a little spill because this gallon of water. Oh, and this gallon of distilled water was only like $1.56. I got this at my local CVS today. I went there shopping with some free extra bucks, so I got some free stuff. So actually this gallon of milk was actually free for me. Okay, so we put in our 1 cup of distilled water. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of glycerin. You can buy this anywhere, as you can tell. I bought this at Kroger. So it's asking for, I'm looking at my recipe chart, 2 tablespoons. Oh yeah, tablespoon, not teaspoon. Tablespoons of glycerin. So here's my tablespoon. And it's kind of a little thick and gooey, so make sure you mix it all up and mix it well. And you can use a separate spoon, but I'm going to go ahead and let it drip. Then I'm going to clean it and mix it up with the same spoon. So you just mix this all up. Oh, and I forgot 1 teaspoon, excuse me, of, I did need the teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of baby shampoo. So I just went to when I was at CVS and got this little sample of travel kit. I have a baby shower to go to, so it's for a family member. So I'm going to borrow some of the baby shampoo. And you can use any baby shampoo you got. It doesn't matter. So it calls for 1 teaspoon of baby shampoo. And it says baby shampoo, and it says you can use any regular brand, name brand, off brand. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to keep this because I've used this. And then I'll give her the rest of that because it's just going to be an extra item for her to have. It's not going to be part of her baby shower gift that I'm going to this weekend. And then I'm just mixing it all up. And I'm using the same spoons that I poured everything in. That's going to be an easy cleanup job for me. Put everything back in my container. Less mess for me. I don't have to worry about cleaning up. And I tend to spill, so I'm going to put this back. And you can see it's just regular old baby shampoo. This is Sesame Street. And then I'm just going to pour it right back into the same bottle that I had before. And this is the old residue from the old solution. And because I'm making my own, I'm just going to clean this out a little bit with my little wipey that I have here. Just to make sure all the junky stuff is cleaned out. Getting all this stuff off of here by the craft mat. Shaking it in my trash can. Okay. I don't know why I never took this old foil off, but I don't care for it, so I'm taking that off. And then I'm just going to refill my bottle. Oops, it's rocking just a little bit. And I'm going to hold it. I should have brought my little funnel, but because this bowl has a little spout, I think I'm going to be good to go. And pour it in there. Whoops, I went over. The bubbles got me. I'll wait and shake that down in just a minute. So let me move this out of the way. There's still some more solution in that bottle, but that's okay because I can refill these other bottles and my other misters. Shake it up. Now I'm going to get me a stamp. This is the Gina K Wreath Builder stamp. I'm just going to use the stamp because I just want to show you. Because I've done this before, so just to show you that this does work and the stamp cleaner does work. And I'm just going to use some scrap paper because I'm not too worried about what it looks like. Let me get myself a block. This is another tip here. This is just an old block that I've had for years and years. I think it's one of my very first blocks that I got like 25-30 years ago when I started stamping. And see how ucky and yucky it is? But this is what I use to clean all my stamps with, because I don't care how dirty or what it looks like, because it's just mainly for my convenience. Okay, let me get me some ink. Let me get me some black so everybody can see how well or bad it works. And there's the image. There it is. There's where the stamp is. And it's always a good tool. Let me close this back up. It's always a good habit to, before you start wiping and cleaning, is on an extra piece of scrap paper, write and get as much of that ink off of there. So that way your scrubbing tool or your little chamois, whatever it is that you have to clean, comes right off and it doesn't get as dirty. So now what I'm going to do, here's my scrubber. This is my solution. I'm looking for my little dots that say the little rain. That's this one here. So there's my little dots right there. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit. And it's actually easier if you have an item that has a sprayer. But you know what? I have one. I'll just do this right here. I'm going to refill this empty one with this stamp cleaner. I'm just going to refill it. I'm just going to fill it, not refill it, fill it. It's the first time I'm using this dispenser. Close it back up. Find my mister. Be careful, always look for your little mister, because if you don't want to squirt and all of a sudden hit your face, it's like, ah! I'm lucky because I wear glasses, but for those of us who don't wear glasses, it's like, ooh, that hurts. And it's going to burn. Okay, and then you just scrub it. And when I'm doing a whole bunch of stamping, because usually what I do at the very end of the day before I start putting everything away, I'm one of these OCD people that I got to put my stuff away before I go to bed. I just get all my stamps together and just scrub. So you clean it on there and look, it's gone. The ink is gone. Then you go over here on the dry spot. And there you go. And let's get some more white paper. And here's my scrap. And look, it's clean. It's not dirty. And as you can see through the block, you can see the little staining, but that's okay because that's normal because of the ink. It will stain. Then you just close this up. And you're done with that. And that is how you make your own stamp cleaner. So now I've got a brand new bottle. This gallon of water costs $1.56. This bottle of glycerin, I think it's less than $5. It's not very much. And if you noticed, I only used 2 tablespoons. So this is going to last me, this size is going to last me several years. And now you have your own supply to make your own stamp cleaner. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the next video. Please hit like and share and place a comment. We thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.